Oh yeah. It's gonna be a battle.
Hey guys, Tav here with Real Michigan Anglers, and today I'm going to do a review on my Fenwick Eagle Steelhead rod. This is the 9-foot 6-inch medium moderate action rod. It is rated for 3/8 to 1 ounce lures, and it is rated for 10 to 20 pound line. In my mind, it's more of a salmon rod than a steelhead rod because it's a pretty heavy, stiff rod. That being said, this is a great lure casting rod. I can launch a spoon or a spinner with this thing really far. It's got enough stiffness to where it can handle tossing big hardware. So I've been throwing jerk baits, spoons, crankbaits, all sorts of things with this. Right now I've actually got it set up for drifting night crawlers in the river because it's really sensitive and stiff, so you get a good hook set. But you can really feel the bottom when you're working the bottom. So this is good for drifting scenarios as well as casting heavy hardware. I've also used it to float fish, being that it's a 9-foot 6-inch. It works as a float rod. However, I believe it's a little stiff to be an ideal float rod. So if you're looking for a steelhead float rod, this isn't really the rod for you, probably. That being said, I've had the pleasure of hooking into 3 steelhead while float fishing using this rod. The first 2, I had it paired with the center pin reel, this guy here, and the first one I lost after about 10 seconds because I had a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader on, and he just railed it and snapped the line. So I was much more careful the second time, and the second time I battled this steelhead for several minutes before it all of a sudden just popped off the hook. In my mind, that was because of tightening the drag too much, and having tight drag in combination with the stiff rod doesn't give you a lot of shock forgiveness. So that's where with float fishing it's ideal to have a rod that really bends over easily. So to show you kind of what I mean by that, this rod, pretty stiff. I'm putting like a good amount of resistance into it to get it to bend over like that. Now if I compare that to my other rod here that I've got behind me, this one is an 8-foot 6-inch Gander Mountain steelhead rod. It's a medium rod. It's not as stiff, so if I compare the tip on this one, it's quite a bit easier to bend down. I'm using about the same amount of pressure as before, so you can see that one really bends over pretty easily. And I've fought a lot of nice fish on this rod and landed a lot of big fish on this rod. I haven't had a lot of problems with fish popping off. So, that being said, I really like this rod. It does handle big fish pretty well. I switched to using it with a spinning reel after losing those 2 fish on the center pin, and got a steelhead and landed that one with the drag set really light because I was paranoid. And since then I got this Pfluger reel that is a little bit better size than the one I was using before that for this. This is I believe a 3500, and it's a perfect color match. So if you're looking for a good reel to pair with your Fenwick Eagle, I would look into one of these Pfluger Presidents. But anyway, since then I've battled some monster carp on this thing and some other fish, and I've fished with all sorts of different types of lures with this. So My consensus on this rod is that this is a fantastic multi-purpose rod. I intend to use this for catfishing later this year. I'm probably going to use it for muskie fishing unless I end up buying a legit muskie rod, but I think that this is going to actually fare really well as a muskie rod. I'm going to continue to use it for some steelhead fishing, especially if I get into casting some spoons and big spinners and stuff. Like I said, not ideal for float fishing, but great for those other applications. Quality seems great. Like I said, the sensitivity is good. I like the way it feels in my hand. This is all around a nice quality rod that has held up to some big fish for me.
Nice fish. Yeah. Oh man, I think so. Oh yeah. Oh, I thought he got away for a split second. Yes. Spawn bag. Wasn't long after I switched to a spawn bag.
I was just about to do that too.
Yeah.
Probably don't have a big enough net to land this.
Beach it if I have to.
Oh, it's big.
Oh yeah.
Looks like a sucker.
It might be a big sucker, dude. It's too big for that net. I'm almost certain of that.
Nope, steelhead.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it is. Wow, it looked funny like a sucker for a second. Okay, I'm gonna walk backwards a little bit. There's kind of a shallower bank behind me here.
Right here. Bring it up into here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go past all those rocks and stuff too. There's a bunch of stuff right here too though.
Yeah, you gotta take your time with them. It's a big one.
Now it's looking for hang-ups to put me in.
Looks like a real big female.
Yeah, she's pretty in pink.
There's some big rocks right there, so be careful. Pull it out that way.
Don't let it wrap around you. Okay, probably right in here is where we're gonna let it happen. 'Cause there's some rocks over here. There's a rock right in front of it.
It's getting drier. Oh, we got some life in it though.
Yep. I'll bring it into the shallows here and then just kind of get ready for it. Actually, yeah, just follow me. You're my backup plan. Wow. Yeah. She's got to be tired enough to where you should be able to keep her in there. Just put it in between those rocks. Yep. Yeah.
Rod?
Yeah. Ooh. Hot dog.
Jumping frog.
First fish on my new Fenwick Eagle Steelhead rod that I got. I handled this one good. There she is. Jig with the spawn bag tipped on it.
There you go.
Nice fish. Real nice fish.
Real beautiful. Can I keep it?
You want it?
There's spawn in that thing, isn't there?
Oh yeah. Look at her mangled mouth. She's been caught before. Oh yeah. I'm glad somebody else released this fish.
You should just release it.
Yeah. You got your camera running?
Yep. I'm gonna put it in the water.
Yeah. Alright, here she is in the water.
Something wrong with the eye, or?
Her mouth
That
is
whole
jacked up
side,
from
yeah.
being caught. You can see it's been pretty mangled.
Beautiful fish, though. Yeah.
Beautiful fish for sure. Get her in some deeper water. She's starting to spunk up a little bit. She might just rip out of my hands at any moment. We'll see. Oh yeah, she's ready to go. See you later, girl. So I just caught that steelhead on one of the Nick Godwin jigs with a big fat pink spawn bag on it. And from there I've got about a foot or two to a swivel. And then I've got a couple split shot. 2 so far. There's number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Now number 7 is bigger. And if we keep going, number 8 and number 9 and 10 right below my bobber. Those are the biggest ones. Smallest ones on bottom, biggest ones on top. And then this is one of the Nick Godwin steelhead floats. I'm about 8 feet depth total, using a 9 6 inch Fenwick Eagle and my Pusino reel, with the drag set super light because this rod's a little bit on the stiff side. Feels decent. Not a good judge of... Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. Yeah. Big brown. It's not that big, but... Oh yeah, that's a good... Oh, it's a coho.
Yeah, it's a coho.
I got a coho. Awesome. Oh man, she's a lady too. I got a skein.
I got a stringer. You want me to grab it?
Stay tuned for more fishing gear reviews, as I've been buying a lot of fishing rods and reels lately. I've got this brand new Shimano Nasi that I haven't even used yet. And I've recently bought a few Lamoglass steelhead rods and a few other things. So stay tuned for more fishing gear reviews and more steelhead fishing videos.
For more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button.